Hello guys, I am Mustafa Chaudhary and this is our YouTube channel. Please subscribe this channel and enjoying video because this channel is very informative and knowledgeable. So watching this video. Thank you. And our topic is physics investigatory project to study various factors on which the internal resistance EMF of a cell depends. Certificate. This is to gratify that I am of class 12 of Narrow Spranka Veldlia investigatory project as presented by the All India Senior Secondary Certificate Examination for the academic year 2017 to 18. Index. Introduction includes internal resistance definition. For practical analysis includes objective apparatus theory, circuit diagram, procedures, source of error, consolutions, acknowledgement, and biology. Introduction. There is a great need of batteries in our daily use electronic appliances and the use in increasing every day. Thus, the batteries need to be made more powerful so that their potential can be increased greatly. This project report is based on practical analysis for the factors affecting the internal resistance of a cell. When the internal resistance of the cell is decreased, we can increase the potential difference across it and hence make it more reliable. Internal resistance. The resistance within a battery or other voltage source that causes a drop in the source voltage when there is a current. New products. Access the unlimited library with script. Internal resistance. Internal resistance is defined as a resistance offered by the electrolyte of the cell to the flow of ions. Its SI unit is ohm. It is shown that and for a cell of EMF, E and internal resistance are connected to an external resistance R such that is the current flowing through the circuit. E is equal to V plus IR, internal resistance. R is equal to E minus V over L. Objective. To study the various factors on which the internal resistance of a cell depends. Apparatus. A potentiometer, a battery or battery eliminator, two or way keys or rheostat, a galvanometer, a resistance box and ammeter, a cell, nickel cell and jockey, a set square connecting wire and sandpaper. And this is the figure of all ammeter and etc. and show on. Theory. The internal resistance of cell in the resistance offered by its electrolyte to the flow of ions. The internal resistance of a cell indirectly proportional to the distance between the electrodes. Let x be the distance between the electrodes, then Fr, and inversely proportional to the facing surface area of the electrolyte. Let A be the surface area of the electrodes, then decreases with increases in temperature of electrolyte inversely proportional to the concentrations of electrolyte. The internal resistance of the cell is given by this figure help out. The above circuit includes a power supply, two one-way keys, a galvanometer, a resistance box, a Lackland cell, and shunt resistance producers. Clean the ends of the connecting wires with sandpaper and make tight connections according to the circuit diagram. Tighten the plugs of the resistance box. Check the EMF of the battery and of the cell and make sure that EMF through null and balance point will not be obtained. To study verifications of internal resistance with distance of separation. Keep both the electrodes and etc, and without interesting a plug in key K2, adjust the rheostat so that a null point is obtained on the last wire of the potentiometer. Determine the position of the null point accurately. Use a set scale and measure the balancing length L1 between the null point and the endpoint P. Next, introduce plugs in both keys K1 and K2 at the same time. Take out a small resistance to study verification of internal resistance with connections of electrolyte. Keeping all other factors constant, decrease the concentrations of electrolyte by adding distilled water for different observations. Obtain three such observations by repeating. Thank you watching our channel and please subscribe our channel.